And so we're getting ready to go over. We're going to show you a shotgun demonstration real quick.
Okay.
A trick shot demonstration. And then you're going to shoot with two of our Olympians, Josh Richmond and Glenn Eller, the gold medalist you saw.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right,
Thanks.
Josh, they're all yours.
So, my pleasure. Pleasure to meet you guys. Josh Richmond.
Pleasure. Nice to meet
My
you.
teammate today, Glenn Eller.
Glenn,
How you
pleasure.
doing?
Thank you.
Guys, we're both Sergeant First Classes here at the Army Marksmanship Unit. You are currently standing on Hook Range. This is the home of the Army Shotgun Team, one of 7 different competitive ranges that we operate on here at the AMU. I'll be short and sweet on a couple, brag on us a little bit. We'll get out here and show you guys some cool stuff. This unit has won over 26 Olympic medals. Okay, that's split between rifle, pistol, and shotgun. The majority, or a large number of them, have come right here from this range. Most recently, you may have heard, Tokyo 2021, First Lieutenant Amber English brought home a gold medal in women's skeet. So I'm gonna brag on my partner for a quick second. 5-time Olympian, Olympic gold medalist 2008. So there's not one clay target competition this guy has not won. So hoping that we get to miss a few targets today in front of you guys and you can make fun of them. So that's our goal today.
Sergeant Richmond's also he's also a 2-time Olympian, 2-time world champion, won everything under the sun except the Olympics.
I'm still chasing the big one, so it's one of these days.
You will.
Guys, what I'd like to explain a little bit is how we transfer our wins and our win mission back to our main unit mission, the overall Army's mission, and that's the recruiting piece. So we take what we've won in competitions and the skill set that we can perfect on this range, and we turn it into about a 30 to 45 minute show to help attach ourselves as recruiters out in the U.S. and we try to wow audiences, upwards of 3,000 spectators, maybe high school kids, what have you, to not only tell our Army story, but show them that the Army has over 150 career opportunities, and look what the Army's done for us. You know, none of the achievements that we have here, much like your guys' professional careers, it's an individual sport, right? But there's a team behind us that helps us be successful, and our team's the Army. So that's the message I'd like to provide you guys with. Without further ado, let's go out here. We'll get some eyes and ears on, and we'll make some noise with shotguns.
All right.
Yeah, probably don't need sunglasses today.
No, it's not too sunny out there today. And then to put them back in, you go in reverse order, side to a side, and then in the middle.
Oh, wow.
You're
Thank
good to
you.
go, sir. You're welcome. Absolutely.
Pigeons really pop now.
Right. Yes.
Ooh.
You can see our misses much better now.
Yeah, much.
Why do you think we gave you sunglasses? Discuss those real quickly. We brought 2 guns out here today we'll be performing with. Remington 870 pump. Almost everybody in the shooting community would have one of these or be familiar with that. And a Remington Versamax semi-automatic. Nothing has been altered with these guns other than these extension tubes, just so we can hold more shells during our exhibition. So.
Cool.
So, we'll kind of be a little more personal on this, go over some of our tricks. This is a abbreviated version of this show, but one thing you'll notice, we never put the gun to our shoulder. Okay, we're gonna shoot from various positions, upside down, maybe between the legs, different positions, and attempt to hit everything we can. So
if he puts it to his shoulder, you know he's having a bad day.
That's right. So
we're gonna start him off. Do a little warm up, or let him just shoot from the hip. Do 5 hand thrown target.
And guys, everybody's safe right there. And sir, you the cameraman, you're welcome to come in here behind us. You have eyes and ears, so you're fine to get any position.
The hardest part about this show is keeping that gun loaded.
It is, sometimes. It holds roughly 11 shells, and sometimes I need all of them. So.
Wow.
All right, let's go ahead, guys. We're going hot. Ready. I think I'm warmed up. Let's
So make it even more difficult on him. We're gonna make him stick the gun behind his back.
All right, this one hurts. Glenn and I have traveled all across the country. We've been afforded the opportunity to do this show, and the older we get, we notice this trick gets harder.
This one we always grow when we're doing this one.
Ready?
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. right.
So we're gonna have him put the gun between his
This
legs.
has been one of the best jokes that these guys get to do to me all across the country here, and it's somewhat embarrassing, but that's right. Ready.
And for the last one, if your head isn't hurting already, we go over the head.
Over the head. All right, let's try it. Ready. I got it. Good work. Woo.
Wow.
A little bit of a workout.
As we're out training one day, and I went,
Now,
Josh,
what's that called as far as your ability to shoot without using the side? I mean, like.
So hand-eye coordination. Just like you throw in your
Right, but
punches,
is
you're
there a
not looking
frame
at the
for,
fist
shooting,
coming in.
Like from the hip, like what would be a term for it?
My reference, my point of aim, maybe.
Your point of aim.
You have to establish my point of aim right here, and it's like pointing your finger at something. We don't look at our finger to point. We just go, hey, look at that deer.
Wow.
Whatever that
Okay.
object may
And
be.
You've wired your brain to do that.
Yes,
with the
sir.
rifle.
Like you never looked at your fist when you planted one,
Right,
did you?
no,
So
100%.
that's right.
I get
That's
it.
what it is. Yeah. Similar concept. Okay. Good question, though.
so we're out training one day, and I went, Josh, we only got one target left. He goes, well, throw it up. I'll make my own targets.
And I'm out of shells. Dang it.
That's-
Now I'm truly out of targets.
Now, the next day we came back and was like, I think we can make that a little more difficult. I'm gonna throw up 2 targets. You're gonna shoot one, eject the hole, shoot the hole, then shoot the other target coming down.
Barely.
Way to the right. Way up high. Sit on this side. Way down low. Down behind me.
Glenn, go ahead and bump left when you can. Give him a warm up here with 1. Try 2. He can hit 2. I hope he can hit 3. Easy. I think we might have an opportunity for the world record today, guys.
Let's see it.
No, you just came from shotgun.
Okay.
Here we go. 4. 5. All right, now it's when it gets tough for the throw. I got to get 5 in the air. Rules are he's got to hit each clay with 1 shot, okay? All right, let's see if I can't get him up in the air. Ready? Yep. All right, 1 extra shot. We won't hold that against him. Glenn, let's go to the world record. What do you think?
Let's try it.
All right.
What's the world record right now? 13?
World record is 13 clay targets, guys. Let me see.
13?
13 clays, world record. We'll try it one time, see where we go. Ready? Ah! That was easy. We get that? We're good? Yes. As you guys know, we like to joke around and have a good time. This show is generally about 45 minutes. At this point, we'll shoot fruits and vegetables. It's probably the easiest part of the show for us marksmanship-wise, but the crowd enjoys it so much. So we will actually blow up a pumpkin today because 'tis the season, just to give you a little taste of what the fruit and vegetables look like blowing up. Get it high. As you can see, everybody, you guys coming out here, allowing us to kind of connect with you guys, tell our Army stories. Hopefully you can help us out there in America and just get the good word out. There's over 150 careers, and I have nothing but praise to give to the Army for helping me reach my individual goals, okay? At this time in our shows, we recognize all past, present, future cadets, and we do a little tribute to the red, white, and blue. All right, that's how we usually end our show, so thank you guys so much.
That was awesome.
I hope you enjoyed it. We had a good time doing it for you guys.
Inshallah.
Would you guys like to try a couple shots?
Yeah.
So let's do this. We're gonna meet over here on Station 7. That's the low house over here. We'll bring a couple guns. We'll meet you guys over there. So,
Pull.
right side. Look behind it. It looks like so.
Pull.
They're super easy and cool to work with, and makes our job really easy out there. So.
That was so cool. It was amazing. Watching those guys shoot and then learning from them on how to shoot. That's the first time I ever really shot a shotgun, and especially at clay pigeons. So that was absolutely amazing. I mean, the Army knows what they're doing. You got to check this stuff out.
Joel take over, actually. First by turn. You can call me Joel, please.
Sergeant Jacob Hetherington. This is Russell.
Russell?
Bradley. I'm Brown.
I have horrible names. I got hit in the head a lot when I played football because back then we used to lead with our heads. So my memory's going to be bad, so just keep telling me your name.
No worries.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet y'all. This is gonna be fun. I feel like a big little kid.
And then myself, we got Houston Russell here and a couple guys that aren't here right now. We shoot 3-gun, and that's a carbine, some sort of shotgun, and a pistol. But generally what we shoot is the same, like wait for an audible beep. When that buzzer goes off, we might shoot a target at 3 feet, or we might shoot a target at 600 yards. So, and it's all on the clock. So everything that we do is based off of doing everything as efficient and as fast and accurately as we can. So.
All right, so it is a little cold out here, so I'm gonna give them a chance to warm up on the first few, okay? So I think the average Army soldier might draw their pistol, if they get to train proficiently on it, maybe somewhere around a second and a half, 2 seconds?
2 seconds probably.
Yeah, so we'll see what he can do at the beginning here. Shooter ready, stand by. All right, 155. All right, obviously he's trying to conserve himself, but you notice he didn't sacrifice a lot of accuracy, still dead center, all right? I think you can do better than that though. Shooter ready, stand by. All right, 119, still respectable. I think he's better than that though. You ready to gas it up and burn it down?
All the way.
All right, all the way.
Full send.
Full send. Just keep it in the berm. Shooter ready, stand by. So, he drew his pistol and shot it accurately, dead center of the target in 0.67 seconds. So almost a half a second. All right, so again, everything builds off that draw. So it doesn't end there typically. We usually have a huge array of targets. We might have to shoot this array and then run over here and shoot that array. So that being said, we're probably shooting multiple shots back to back, and we have to be proficient at maintaining or managing recoil. So what we like to do is called a bill drill. You're gonna shoot 5 or 6. 5. Okay, he's gonna shoot 5 rounds as fast as he can accurately hit the target. The acceptable target is that whole target, right? So we're not gonna try to shoot a nice little group. He's just gonna try to go as fast as he can and keep him on the target. Shooter ready, stand by. All right, that was a 162. So you remember that draw I was talking about?
Yeah.
He just shot 5 rounds in that time. Okay. You want to do one more? Are you feeling it? Or are you cold?
No, I'm good.
All right. You lose a little bit of dexterity on the pistol when it's cold. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but shooter ready, stand by. All right, there we go. That's more like it. 150. So 1.5 seconds drew and shot 5 rounds on target. So again, that's a very basic drill that we do, and then we like to build off of that. So, go ahead.
Go, keep going, Joe.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously you see 3 targets there. So rarely do we come into a position and shoot 1 target. So we have to be good at transitions. And again, we have to shave off tenths of a second here and there. And what we don't want to do is draw and go 1, 2, transition 1, 2. It should sound more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? That's the goal, is to eliminate and shorten that transition time. You ready? Shooter ready, stand by. All right,
It's a little
that was
cold.
a
We gotta
254.
redo that one.
That is what we like to call a trigger freeze, okay? Again, you grip the pistol too tight, then you lose dexterity in your trigger finger. So it's finessing and getting the right tension in your hands to be able to manipulate the trigger as fast as possible. So I'm gonna give him a second try here, all right? Shooter ready, stand by. There we go. So, drew, shot 3 targets with 2 rounds each, okay? In 1.72 seconds. All right, you got enough to...
That's it.
You want to do the reload?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Much like all of the guns we shoot, unlike the movies,
They do run out of ammo.
Yeah.
So, one of the other tasks, whether it's a shotgun, rifle, or pistol, they run empty, and they're going to run empty during the course of fire that we shoot. So, he's going to do a little drill we like to do where we shoot, reload, shoot. Okay?
Just load the mag that fast with your fingers.
I did, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're in for a treat then. All right, so he's going to draw. Yep, he's going to draw, shoot 2 in the middle target, conduct a reload, and shoot 2 more. Okay, just to drill the manipulating that gun and getting that magazine back in as fast as possible because he's typically doing it on the clock. You ready? Yeah. Shooter ready. Stand by. All right, that's his first mag. He didn't drop it, all right? So he shot, reloaded, and engaged the target accurately again in 2.26 seconds. So 2.25 seconds he did all that.
Pistol, you're blazing fast with all of this stuff.
We try to be. We're human.
That's
So
pretty,
like I tell people, like we don't win matches by shooting a perfect match. We win matches by making less mistakes than the other guy. That's all it is. So that being said, we try to go as fast as we personally can accurately engage the target. That's always the goal, to try to go 1 for 1. May not always be the case, especially when you got the 2 of the best guys, you know. It's really hard for us when we're getting out here because like we're usually shooting against the best guys, which I think makes us better, you know.
yeah.
You guys ready? Yep. Make me proud. Shooter ready, stand by.
Do it. Put it in your shoulder here. With this hand out a little. You don't want it back here. You want it up here. You have a little more control. You just mount the gun. Put this leg back just a little bit. Mount the gun just like that. All right. There you go. Just like that. You can wipe that safety off and dry fire if you like. Got a really light trigger. Put that dot right on the target. Squeeze that trigger.
Oh my God.
Real light trigger. Yes.
The trigger's amazing.
Yeah, they're a lot easier to shoot with light triggers, close stuff. You can use the dot rather than using that big scope. So you got the choice here. But we'll go ahead and send it.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna probably.
Oh, you're good. No worries. Wipe that safety off and it's ready to go. Good, just like that. Good. Hand. Never missed a shot. Let's do it again.
That's definitely no scene.
That safety off. There you go. Just squeeze that trigger. There you go. Good. There it is. It's his gun. He shoots it quite a bit.
That thing is amazing.
Yeah.
Break it as it's into the target. Does that make sense? If you're trying to
That
pull
was
the
a lot
trigger,
less shake.
yeah, good. It makes it
ton
easier to
less
know when to
shake.
pull the trigger.
All of our ammo comes in boxes like that. So what you want to do, I can only hold 15 and my hands are small, so I'll take 15 at a time and I'll transfer hands twice to get them so all the primers are up. And I'll place the mag against my body somewhere and then they just funnel right in like this. They just put them on top. Just like that. And then we'll go over, I think for the shoot off.
Shotgun and handgun too, right?
Yeah, we'll practice real quick, but you'll go into what it's called reverse kneeling. And it's gonna be a kneeling position. So you'll rest this on the barrier. And so you have front support, right? So swap your knees, like this. Swap your knees.
Right leg forward.
Yep. That way you can try and get your elbow in your body. So now you have support to the ground on the back side. And then you have support on the front side. Bigger. Hit. Just left, look like. So. There it is, hit. There it is.
Hey, it's the same thing with my sport. Putting the gear on. And the worst part is you got to take the tacky off from when you're doing the Atlas zones.
Yeah.
And it takes a good 10-15 minutes to get the tacky all the way off your hands and off your forearms and off your chest and everything when it gets on. Because that stuff will go right through the shirt.
So
What you'll do is you'll grab the 4 shells like this right here, 4 of them.
I still know how to load the tube gun, but
We're gonna load 2 and then load 2. Tube's full.
Pretty freaking cool.
It's all on the clock too, so the faster you do it, the better.
So we got loaded
That's
too?
not part of the trick,
Yeah,
right?
we loaded on the clock.
go ahead and edit that out.
Yeah, I always say that the shotgun's got the worst gas mileage. You can run it dry right now.
Remember right thumb on top, so safety and stuff. There you go.
So I have a Glock, so that's still.
Yeah, I know. Glocks are pretty simple. And then just line sights. Yep. Pretty easy. Super soft shooting.
It's amazing how much easier it is to rest the rifle than to shoot.
Oh yeah. Offhand is super challenging.
Yeah, and like I said, I tried to compensate by, like, okay, I'll fucking get it. You know, I was like, nope, it was worse.
There you go. Like that.
They tell you shoulder fired a
It looks like it's
Barrett
shooting a
last week.
223.
Yeah, it
We
does.
went and shoulder fired a Barrett 50.
You just gotta time that wobble in. Nice, got it.
Oh, I can't believe we're
All
about
right,
to do
one
that.
foot's got to be in the box. You guys want to shake on it, whatever you want to do.
Don't kill me too bad.
That's 2 out of 3. You guys ready? Shooter ready. Stand by. Good.
Safety.
Nice. And then you can just, yep, safety on. Congrats.
All right, we're gonna do a little shoot.
You just stand in front of me. You can just do this. Oh, I put the wrong knee down. Because I was like, I'm used to, oh, wait, wrong knee.
You put the wrong knee down?
Well, because one time when I learned how to do this, you put your lead knee up, so you put your elbow on it, and you put your right knee down.
Ah.
But with the stand, he's like, no, to go the other way. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
So put your left knee on the mat.
It's all around good.
okay.
So your right elbow hits your right knee.
Because the front of the gun's supported. So normally a kneeling position is
And that's
because
what I
you're
started to do. I
unsupported,
screwed up.
and that's what you want to rest on. So when you have a barricade, now the front of the gun's supported, so I don't need this knee anymore. And I'm resting the front. Now I have front and rear contact, so it's a lot more stable.
Okay,
That makes sense?
that makes sense.
It's just something, if you don't do it a lot, it has to be more of a conscious task. But hey, so pointer on the shotgun.
Yeah.
Do you know where you were missing? You're missing high. You know why? Because you didn't have your face down on the shotgun. So if your head's hovering over the buttstock and you're looking at the end of the barrel, that's what your barrel's doing. So if you shove your face all the way down, now you can point where you're looking.
Yes, you want to mount the gun. You want to mount the gun down on it like that.
Gotcha.
The shotgun concept, other than shooting slug targets, the exact same here. Like is over there, is you're not trying to aim with the shotgun. You're looking down the barrel of the shotgun. That's why you want your face stuck there, so that way you can kind of look where you want to shoot.
Okay.
And you'll notice that you'll be able to shoot a lot faster, and you'll know where your pattern's going to hit. So, and then come over here, getting that reverse kneeling.
Yeah, the problem is like getting down this way. As far down as I can get.
What about this?
Now it's on the left. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Shooter on the right. Are you ready? Tie yourselves together. Get ready. Stand by.
Good.
Keep that face all the way down. There you go. Dump it.
I think you got me on that one.
Let's switch sides.
That's obvious.
Like tennis.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll switch
Why
sides.
not? This is fun though.
No,
Better?
that's a lot of fun.
Training? Yeah.
Yeah.
When you pick it up, it's going to be ready to fire. Don't overthink it. Just when you pick it up, your knuckle, especially your big hands, you can't miss that. You're going to hit it and it's going to be ready to fire, okay?
Okay.
I'll let you see if you like this. So, again, open division pistol. I can run a red dot and a compensator. So, what I want you to do is, the safety's a lot bigger. It's going to be easier for you to hit. So just know when you pick it up, push it down, keep that right thumb on top and put the other hand underneath. And just push it out and you should be able to find that red dot. It's empty, so if you want to dry
here?
fire it.
Like this?
Yep.
Oh, the dots. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah?
Ding. Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
We won't tell them, all right? Again,
Okay.
this game's rigged.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Safety, safety, safety.
I'll be right there with you. All right? No worries. Shooter on the left, are you ready?
Yep.
Shooter on the right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Shooters all ready. Stand by.
Hit! 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 Go. Shotgun. Safety.
Dump it, dump it. Safety. I don't know, maybe it's the sun.
What's that side?
Pretty good. He definitely did better.
That was good.
It's the yellow. It's easier to see.
Good.
Oh my God. That was fun. That's a lot of fun.
Doesn't matter which handgun?
It's still right here,
Oh, wow.
okay?
Frank, that was the one I was racing you with.
Oh, you got these.
All right, hey, so don't hit that button right there.
I already learned the lesson the hard way.
You got it? And it's not like an AK, you don't have to rock it, just push it in and it'll click. All right, so this button,
Round two.
specifically don't hit
Don't
that
touch
one.
it.
Don't
It
touch
is so big.
Just put your thumb below it.
That's what she said.
Well, now you know what it
Now I
is.
gotta delete that.
It's on the AR. That's the safety, so my thumb keeps
Yeah.
going right to there every time.
So you were practicing before here, huh? All right, so touch
It's
that
hot.
button.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's ready to fire. There you go. I did this to myself.
No big deal.
How long can you hold me like this?
Like that. So right here we got the advanced combat, the advanced combat element. It's capable of defeating mostly fragmentation and some rifle fire in certain situations. Ballistic eye pro, which is good for 25-meter shotgun blast up to 25 meters. And the improved outer tactical vest, which has two plates, one on the front and one on the back, and you can also put side plates on the sides that are capable of defeating 7.62 by 5.1, which is basically the 308. And then we have our tab system for your magazines, pouches, and anything else you need to have. And then we got need to know pads. Like you guys just came back from AMU, right? So you guys already got the weapons class as far as like loading, clearing, unloading, that stuff. Yes, no? Sure. You want me to go over that again?
No.
All right. So we only have blanks out here. These are blank firing adapters on the muzzles, so that way we don't have any extra incidents or anything like that. We already got some ammunition in here for you guys. We've already verified that they are blanks. 100%. 100%. Wasn't gonna go there.
I did.
All right. So yeah, this is the equipment. We also got some ear protection here. It gets a little bit louder when you shoot blanks inside the room. Just that echo. So if you guys want to use some earplugs, we got those right there.
give you a quick.
What
quick
size
class.
is the IOTV?
So we got 2 larges and 1 medium, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
it's,
large and small on me, so good luck, Nick.
I mean, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Oh. Good shot.
I don't know if it's fit around the side.
Should be all right. Got the elastic.
Same on front. So this way.
Oh, there we go.
That.
You say just the elastic's gonna be it.
So you got the groin protector on the back. Super safe.
We know what's important.
Go ahead and bust it. It don't matter.
Whatever kind of pouches you see, I got more stuff just for my
shit.
daily work.
Stretch that out.
But
Is this supposed to be up this high?
well, you've got neck pads in there to protect your
Well, if you get the larger one, the neck is a little bit. And you can normally adjust them a little bit.
Normally.
Normally.
So
We probably could have done
this
that.
is adjusted out.
Well, it's only a large. Probably he's a little bit larger than a large.
I'm gonna take these fellas.
Maybe not. Back here.
Not.
There, hold on. Put it over. So.
It's close enough. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, you don't have to wear that if you don't want to, sir.
Hell yeah.
Look at me, Dad.
Yeah, but if you don't want to wear it, go ahead and take it off. It's not necessary for the train that we're conducting today. Yeah.
It was like the sumo suit.
Yeah, you guys look like Army Ninja Turtles.
What's that?
So we don't need to put an ear pro in quite yet. Senior Drill Sergeant Stento here is going to give you a brief demonstration with the trainees and kind of talk to you what each man in the stack does when they enter the building and clear a room. And then from there we'll do a full speed one here, and then we'll go up onto the catwalk here, and you guys can have a bird's eye view of the trainees going in and actually clearing the room.
Oh, cool.
With blanks, obviously. And then we'll start jumping in the stack, putting you guys in the stacks with them so you can go in and do it with the soldiers.
About security in the stack, all right? This is how they stack when they're coming up to go into the room. All right, the one man, his priority for security is the door. He's making sure nobody comes out unsolicited. Like, we don't want anybody jumping out and surprising us. We want the element of surprise. So his eyes are on the door. His secondary focus on that door is determine if the door is open or closed. That's going to give him a key to give a signal to the rest of the stack so that they know what's happening up front. Two-man, which is usually the team leader, he is up here, he's pulling long security because that guy is focused solely on the door. Three-man has their flank, and the four-man is covering rear. So this one man is gonna come up, and as I said, he's pulling security on the door. He assesses the door, he sees that it's open. He's gonna give a hand and arm signal to his team to let them know what's happening. That hand and arm signal is gonna travel back through the team until the last man gets it. That last man gets that open door signal, he knows he needs to turn around. He sends a signal back to the front, a squeeze, because bumps, slaps, other things that happens when you're moving and you're getting into your stack, and we don't want to miss signal and a guy go in there alone. So they do a squeeze. All right, the one man, he's going to enter the room taking the path of least resistance. His first point of domination is the near right corner. The two man is going to follow him closely, and he is going to button hook and take his first point of domination, which is the near left corner. All right, the three man is going to enter the room, and he is going to go immediately deep right. The four man will enter, and he'll go deep left. The reason we do this is to get as many doors in the barrel as quickly as possible, so that if there's a threat there that puts him in danger, and he comes in here and he runs into Brock Lesnar in the corner or something, he can cover him so he's not in danger no more. All right, they'll progress to their second point of domination once they've cleared their corner, their first point, and they'll physically dominate that corner. All right, now what we have is the team is on line in a strong wall formation. That's how they use this room. They strong wall clear. All right, and they have more open sectors of fire to cover the room and cover each other. Once this is achieved, the team leader calls for a status so that he knows the status of all of his team in the room.
Status. Trails up. Right up. Flagging up.
Team up, room clear.
All right, and then they'll move on to their follow-on mission, whatever that may be. So now we'll show it to you full speed. Men restack.
Status.
Drills up. Right up. Wagner up.
Team up, room clear.
All right, man, good job. Move over to the shoot house. So,
So 2 is the normal, is that like your conventional play? Because he's doing this first.
so the hand and arm signals that we teach them, right? The door is open. Either, you know, Star Trek, something to show open.
Oh, so
peace
this
sign.
is a 2.
And now the door is closed or the door is closed. Just something to help communicate, to maintain that silence. What we like to teach them, silence, violence, silence. So they're silent, they want to maintain that element of surprise. Once they kick a door, start shooting, now they're yelling, they're screaming, they're moving violently, they're doing violent things. Once that's over and they've revalidated, they're ready to move to the next portion, they go back to silence because we don't want the enemy to know what our next move is. So if you guys would like to try, we can stack you 2 up and at least get you the 1 and 2 man version.
You want
of
1 or
clearing
2?
the corners.
We can switch.
I'll go back and forth.
So we don't want to give away that we're standing there. So he's locked on there, he's watching the door, he could focus on the doorknob, right? Try and see which way the hinges are placed on the door. You know, he can see if that doorknob starts to turn and somebody's gonna come out. So that's why he's solely focused on that door. The 2 man is gonna have his weapon up just over his shoulder, and he's pulling long on that corner to make sure nobody comes walking out from where they can't see. And if they do, they're both ready to engage that threat, and they can stay focused on the door as well.
Okay, well, dumb question because I didn't shoot with a thing. Where do you purchase the butt of the stock on your?
To where do you put it?
Yeah.
So it's tough without TV on, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm like doing this. I'm like, this is sliding around. What do you guys do?
It's something that the trainees have to do, they have to adapt to. So square your body up a little bit more, and now place it right in the corner there. It's the best you're gonna get with the ILTV on. We have different types of body armor when it comes to, you know, different units. You'll get smaller plate
I guess you
carriers.
almost always practice with this on. Because why bother practicing without it?
Practice with the hardest thing, and that way the easier stuff just stays easy.
I never noticed that. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's a small thing you don't think about.
Yeah,
The same thing.
I
when it
never would have
comes
known
to-
that.
Comes to gloves and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that we teach them with their kit. So, for example, they know, hey, if my magazines are face down like so, I know there's ammunition in this magazine. If it's empty, I put it this way up so I can feel that different surface. And I know that's an empty mag. When I go to reload, I can just feel, keep my eyes on the enemy or what's happening, and conduct my reload.
Okay, cool. So make sure
Alright,
I
so
don't
I'm gonna go in.
give myself away by.
Yeah, I'll walk you through it just like I did with them. All right, so weapon up. You see that the door is open. You're gonna give him with your non-firing hand. You're gonna try and give him a visual signal that's open. Yep. He squeezes you, let you know he's ready, and on you, you enter the room. And you're gonna take path of least resistance. Yep. You'll button hook. Yep. Watch your step. All right. And then as soon as you've seen that this corner is clear, you start to transition to your second point of domination, and you physically dominate your first point. So move left until you hit that corner, staying off the walls. All right, and then ideally you'd have a 3rd and a 4th man helping you come in here and cover the full sector of fire. If you guys want to try and do it full speed, we'll see if you trip and fall or not. Okay. All right, on you, 1 man. Not bad.
Like experts.
Not bad.
Huh?
Good instructions.
Sign them up.
All right, gentlemen, if you'd like to try, I can show you guys how we train them on breaching a door. We have some stuff here. I don't think you'll have an issue kicking a door.
Yeah. I can't. I don't
figured
kick.
you guys wouldn't have much of an issue with kicking something, but I'll give you 2. Start with that.
Don't let me down.
Great. So I gotta let's come up and then just
Yep,
kick right
square
there.
up, kick directly centering that pad.
I don't know if I can get my foot up that high. I'm kidding.
Kinda.
Are you barely?
Giving a hand round signal for closed door. 4 man moving around the stack, holding security on the door, he's assessing the door. 1 man gets that signal back, 2 man sticks. That's man.
Look up. So I know who's kicking the door.
Figured that'd make your day.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
That is like the best day ever.
All right, so what we'll do here, gentlemen, is we'll make one of you the foreman. If you want to do that.
I'll do the
by all
foreman.
means. All right, stack up here is the 1 and the 2 and 3.
How many pieces of wood you got in there?
All of them.
You have to hit
treat it
that
like
pretty
it's
hard.
Eddie.
There's no wood in there. It's just gonna boot the door. If you beat it too hard, it's come back and bite you. The walls bounce pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right, so for this, I'm gonna talk you two through this piece because I didn't get to you yet.
Okay.
Right, when you get the signal for the closed door, you know it's time to turn around and move around the stack. All right, when you move around the stack and you're crossing the fatal funnel, you have your weapon up because if somebody starts shooting through that door, you want your plates there and you want to be able to shoot back.
Right.
All right, you want to clear that as soon as possible. What you're going to do is just scan the door as if you're looking to see which way it opens. All right, and what you do is a barrel wag, which means you're just going to take your muzzle of your rifle and go like this. The one man's going to see that and know that that means he's ready to kick. So all you have to do is send a squeeze or a tap back. Once you receive it all the way back at the front, you give him the barrel wag back to him, and he'll step over, kick the door, and you guys enter, and he'll be in there last.
Now for the squeeze is the one guy. Is it okay to let go with my right hand to do it, or how do you guys
So
do
you want to use your non-firing hand to do it? So you're back. They pass it back to the foreman who comes off of rear security. He's going to turn around. He's going to move past them, pick up security on the door as he moves across, all the way across. All right, now he assesses the door, so he's just going to trace it with his muzzle, seeing that there's nothing that indicates like a booby trap or which way it opens, all that stuff. So once he's ready, he gives the wag with his barrel. That's your signal to send the squeeze back to the team.
That was my best attempt at it.
Make sure you squeeze the body, man. You gotta squeeze the body. There you go.
How do you guys hold the rifle without falling down when you lose your undominant arm?
Go ahead and kick the door. So you'll step in front of it, you'll kick, and then you'll step out of the way, let them flow in, and you'll be the last man.
So I kick and then I turn.
Yep.
And turn this, and then
Yep.
as they come back and I swing them.
Yep. So you'll come around the stack, put security on the door, move out of the fatal funnel. Out of the way.
Hey, so is Eddie.
That's what I'm saying, that's what it is.
Oh, I thought you
Closed, and you need the breach man. Send your hand and arm signal.
So I go like that?
Yep, closed. Foreman receives that signal. He moves around the stack, picks up security, moves across, assesses the door, gives the wag to the one man that he's ready to kick. The one man sends the squeeze back. And when he receives the squeeze back from the rear, he gives the wag back to the kick man. Kicks and enters. Don't let it. All right, turn and go.
Take away of the type of opportunities, the camaraderie, the teamwork, the training, the mentorship that you get as part of being in the Army. So thank you very much for experiencing that with us.
No, thank you.
Okay. Still grateful. We put a real quick stand next to these guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
It's right on my neck.
It's
man.
not heavy, but it is in like a chokehold on him.
What's that? No, it's up in there.
You guys didn't have anything bigger?
That was the biggest.
When we graduate these kids, they've been eating beef after about 2 weeks. They slimmed down quite a bit. They'll get as much nutrition as necessary.
I know.
Basic course, basic foundational, teaching ground, get back to your feet, applying your tools, creating space, using those tools. It's a week long. Most of all entry level soldiers come through the basic course. The tactical course, when you get to your unit, once you graduate, whatever, entry-level school that you go through. You go to your unit, you start the tactical training. That's 2 weeks long. It's more advanced grappling techniques, takedowns, throws, and striking combinations. The master trainer course here at Combatives, we're the proponent. So we basically write, teach, and adopt a lot of the techniques that battle focused training is focused on, depending on where we're going, what they're doing. And our job here is to train the instructors that are going out to the force when they get to their units to teach other students at the lower levels so they can come to our course, and it's a revolving door of instructors. This course is 4 weeks long. Like I said, we adopted all of the arts. So the first week is primarily making sure that because we are an instructor course, we also want to make sure that the instructors that come through, they know how to apply the techniques. A lot of the instructor courses nowadays, they're so focused on teaching instruction, they don't give the instructors the opportunity to apply it. And not everybody goes out and practices the techniques, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Some of them have backgrounds in certain disciplines, but a lot of the students come here, this is like their first snapshot into any type of mixed martial art. So first week is primarily going over striking techniques and foundational ground stuff that they learned in the basic course. And then they go directly into kickboxing, which kickboxing bouts. Every week they'll have some sort of bout where three 90-second bouts where they're actually getting out there and fighting each other. I wouldn't say 100%. It's hard to put a percentage on how someone's fighting. It depends on their exactly. It's very competitive. We want fully resistant opponents because that's the only way you know that you're going to get a realistic outlook on how those techniques are working. So that's kickboxing week. You go directly into like Sanshao and Sambo, where you're using grappling techniques with takedowns. And then the end of the week, you do the same thing, 3 more bouts. And then, you basically, after each bout, you get coached by other students in the class to get some feedback on what you're doing wrong, how you can get yourself better. And throughout the week, you're constantly learning how to instruct those techniques as well. The third week is our tournament week, where we simulate a tournament, because one of the engines that drives our course, unlike a lot of different courses, not necessarily in the Army, but across the armed forces, like McMap, the Air Force does judo, is they don't have anything that allows soldiers to be champions, and that's what gets them the opportunity to thrive and want to be good at stuff. So we found that the tournaments, one, it's safer because it's hard to do everything tactical. In McMap, everything's tactical, right? From day one, you put all your kit on, and that's how you train. Here, we found that the injury rate, as well as safety, it's a lot easier to start them from the ground, work their way up, build confidence, get comfortable with techniques, and allow them to seek more knowledge on their own. So the tournament, which should be coming up next year, we hope you guys will attend. It's around Infantry Week. Don't really exactly have a specific date, but I'm sure we can get it from PAO for you guys. Be more than happy to give you guys an invitation. It'll be 4 days long. Preliminary rounds or beginner rounds, it's all grappling, starts from the ground. Takedowns, all that type of stuff, normal jiu-jitsu type looking tournament. Different type of rule set, because we don't want, in combatives, we don't want to award people for pulling guard, because in combat you won't do that, especially with all your kit on. So that's kind of the huge difference in the beginner rounds. In the semifinals, you move on to a Sanshao round, where you're striking and kicking, but open hand punches to the face, close to the body, kicks anywhere. You will be wearing shin pads, but you will be in that type of uniform without the boots. And then the finals is an MMA match. It's 3 5-minute rounds MMA match, and it's 8 weight classes. Male, female, it doesn't matter. You're soldier first. So could be a guy fighting a female at the end of the day. As long as you're within the weight allowance and you make it to the top, that's who you're fighting. We got 8 champions every year. And then from there, for the team title, the Lacerda Championship, you move into a tactical lane where the top 4 teams, we invite the top 20 teams from across the Army to come, bring 8-man teams. From there, they will compete. Top 4 teams do the first tactical scenario, which we'll show you a little bit of later on. And then the top 2 teams compete for the actual Lacerda title. That's what they do in rehearsal here that 3rd week. 4th week is all tactical. You put your kit on and you start working out the kinks of how are you going to apply the straight arm bar when you got your vest on, your rifle, when you're cuffing somebody, when you're entering, clearing a room, fighting off of obstacles, fighting over furniture, that type of stuff. And then it's every week there's some sort of test out to make sure that they're competently and confidently being able to instruct all these techniques. Cool? Any questions so far? Okay. Which is basically small urban terrain, entering, clearing rooms, which is still what we will do, right? But at a bigger scale. Like, this is just a small portion of it. Imagine, you know, a giant city of rooms like this where we got to practice clearing multiple buildings. But combatives is the last 100 meters, right? Like everything else, sniper, all that stuff's all long range stuff. So we're talking about the close fight, which is where we hone the guy's skills coming through here. We put a bad guy in there, talk a scenario, and what this does, it allows them to go in a fight and us be able to grade, right? We can take these apart, fight off of them, put furniture in there, fighting over obstacles. That way students can also see, or people want to come and watch some of the disciplines that we're teaching and techniques and tactics to ensure that, you know, we're constantly evolving and we're not staying dead set on, hey, this is the only way to do it. You know what I mean? Too many people get caught up, hey, this is the only way you can do it. Well, certain techniques only work in certain scenarios. So there's no point in beating a dead horse if that's not going to apply in those techniques. So again, during the tournament, this thing will be picked up and moved somewhere onto a range where we're going to, you know, fancy it up, make it look like something they may see downrange. And then the teams will go in, go get a bad guy, basically simulate a mission that they will have when they're downrange. They'll go in, get a bad guy, applying combative techniques, cuffing, both compliant, non-compliant, because they got to know the difference between lethal force, non-lethal force, when to shoot, when not to shoot, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of the tools that we use, right? The tools we want to simulate the closest possible, right? So sidearms, secondary weapons, different type of training aids to simulate to the closest possible. We have these are impact reduction suits or SOC suits that allows people that are going to play non-compliant for us to be able to throw actual punches and use the tools for like muzzle thumping or butt stroking. It's a little bit different when you're actually simulating it, when you're actually trying to apply it in those houses. So like the bad guy will wear this so they don't get injured or reduce the amount of injury. Obviously we do different types of what's it called? What's it again? Close contact weapons. Thank you. It's not always going to be a gun, maybe a knife, maybe a blunt object. And we talk about different variations of knives, how to use knives, what we prefer in a close quarters combat, because you know you can identify somebody that's good with a knife in a close quarter scenario by how they hold it, how they portray it, and how they go ahead and utilize it in the fight. We do disarms with both knife and pistol. Again, we don't necessarily do like the whole gun fighting or knife fighting because our primary, most casually producing weapon is the rifle. So we always try to transition there first. We want to make sure they have a skill set that they can go at least try to take it away and utilize it in a fight, or at least take it away to defend themselves. Some of the other training aids, right? You guys come on this side, please. It's super hard, right? Let me grab this one here real quick. Super hard to go ahead and get a realistic reaction, right? Because if we're standing here, right? You can take that real quick. Right? Does that seem very deadly to you, right? No. Not very threatening, but so if I go to stab you, there's no reaction. So these, right, a little bit different, right? You get a more realistic reaction when somebody has some sort of a stressor, which is electricity. So we put the guys who has a knife in a scenario to where they have to fight. Now, sometimes rather than applying certain techniques in certain scenarios, they'll focus only on that threat rather than gaining a dominant body position and then finishing the fight. And that's what we try to preach, right? There you go. Talk each other. I already saw it, right? Right? Oh, no. Frank, what'd you do? I'm just playing. I'm going to do the battery. Get those back before you guys shock each other.
But this is fun.
This is. But we'll give you guys the opportunity later. Did you feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Airsoft guns, right? Super simple, super safe. As long as you know how to utilize them and you make sure everything's pointed away, you know what I'm saying? Always treat it like a real weapon, and this is like the closest thing, because it's the same weight, same function of a normal 9mm Beretta that's issued in the Army.
Wow.
All right, and we teach certain principles in training, because the misconception is if I have a pistol, why do I need to know how to fight? Yes, I'm sure we've heard that, right? Like, I'll just shoot you. Like, I don't need to do that. I'll just shoot you. Well, the misunderstanding is there's a certain distance that is required for someone to accurately go ahead and draw their rifle or pistol, engage effectively. What do you guys know what that number is?
It's a 21-foot rule, right?
21-foot rule. Perfect, right?
I've also seen it as complete shit.
Huh?
I've also seen it as complete bullshit. I watched the thing where they had a guy at 21 feet, and he decided he could draw, and he didn't draw one time. The other guy was able to get to him every time.
Yep, and we do that
so
here.
Like, you need a lot more space than 21 feet.
It depends, right? So like, if somebody practices, right, and
well,
it's
yeah,
more,
the guys we saw earlier today, they could probably do it pretty well. Too.
You went to AMU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be okay, but the rest of us can't do that. So.
But also, people don't utilize like the thought process of, instead of like worrying about just going here, but creating space, changing the angles, right? Controlling the principles of a fight, range, angle, level. If I control the range, I control the fight. But again, the first thing they focus on is I have a pistol, I need to do this. When they should go ahead, maybe create the space, change an angle, and then utilize their tools, right? Make my opponent get back on his heel, throw a couple strikes, change an angle, now I can transition and utilize my tools. And we do that here, and airsoft is the only way to do it, because if we use the rubber ones, right, everybody's just like, I got you, like I got you. But with an airsoft, you can actually properly, with simunition, this is even better, but obviously you need more than just this. But yeah, these are just some of the tools that we like to apply. Obviously, we try to step up the ante as safely as possible to make sure that they're getting the best quality training that we can. And that just comes down to getting feedback from the force based off what they're doing and what they need. You know what I mean? Too many people get stuck in, hey, this is how you do it all the time, when you should be simulate the fight. Don't let the fight try to simulate you. So, any questions? That's pretty much a rundown. We have stuff available. If you guys want to try the Tula drill, if you guys want to see some soldiers fight over some shock knives, we can do that too.
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah?
What we're going to be doing is I'm going to have a circle with my class, right? And basically all that's doing is keeping the action contained into one area. So think of it like the cage.
Okay.
Right? So then I'm going to have one person with the knife, right? And the other person, this is because this week we've already taught them how to do our disarmaments. So one person's going to be coming in just like as if they were trying to slash or stab, right? And the other person's going to be trying to execute their disarmament. All right, so we teach a few different techniques as far as disarmament, and then we teach another principle-based, like system, I guess you'd call.
Concepts.
And, yeah, concept, right? And honestly, the principle-based one is far superior as far as taking knives away, right? So we're just going to, it's basically giving them a realistic look at what it would be if someone's not just saying, here, take the knife from me. You know what I mean? All right, maybe... And stop right there. All right, so Sergeant Phelps did a good job controlling the weapon. Thank you. Controlling, right? Minimize the amount of damage that Herzing could do. Got him down to the ground, got him into a dominant body position to a point where he could not only take this away, but utilize it against him. So, good job, guys. Good job.
My body out, all right? Normal fight stance, right? So when he can go ahead and do it, I can do it. And as he steps in, I'm always going to go 2-on-1, all right? Once I get 2-on-1, outside is safe. If I'm inside, he can circle around and take my back. Now I'm at a disadvantage because I can't necessarily control what he's doing. Once I'm to the outside, I'm basically going to glue my body to his arm, right? Close is safe. Once I'm close, now, because you need two things, or you need a couple different things, right? You need pressure and friction to go ahead and for this knife to be effective. All right, by taking that out of the equation, right, now my body's stuck to him. If he tries to move that knife, even if I'm holding it, right, if he moves his arm, it's a lot less damage that he's going to cause. Rather than me doing this and doing this, as he slashes or cuts, right, the rule of a knife fight is you're going to get cut. You need to know that going into a knife fight. So by me controlling all these elements, staying close, right, sticking my body onto his arm, now I can control where he's going to go using leverage, because he's so worried about this. At some point, I'm going to be able to get the advantage and go ahead and disarm them. Let's do another one. 7, 14, 21. You're on this side, Frank? You're going to shoot that way. If possible, okay? Let's try not to like,
No problem.
I'm just playing. All right. Good to go. We're going to start inside 7 feet. Right, and how the drill normally works, you're going to be here, right? Interview stance is what this is called, right? At any point, right, you don't know when you're going to be in a combative situation, right? It depends on the person you're dealing with, and over a course of time, you learn posture, right? You can identify key movements that they're doing, or maybe an attitude. But at some point, you don't know, right? There are times that you're not going to know. So how this drill works is you're basically going to be standing there acting like you're talking, and he's going to decide to become non-compliant. He's going to try to, let me see. He's going to try to whack you with this belt over your shoulder. Okay. Okay? That's basically simulating. You got to try to shoot him. Okay?
That's right.
Again, because you see too many times people who have pistols, police officers, civilian sectors type stuff, right? Even some soldiers, they'll be in an interview pose, but they don't identify when the escalation of the scenario is rising. So knowing, right, standing offline, angling your body, putting your far side away, that way they can't reach it. Those things all play a good key, right, when you're doing interviews where a situation could become hostile, okay? All right? So we're just talking.
Cool, so I'm talking.
Yeah, and how this works is the bad guy decides. You don't get to decide because you're reacting. Right, because if not, you just be standing there like this. Exactly. Okay? All right, on you, Sergeant Gwen, whenever you're ready. You guys are talking.
So how's it going, man? What have you been up to lately?
Not much, how are you?
Easy. Only that one. Right? This is only for the shooters, right? We know you got the skills to do all that thing. This is just shooting.
I can't go in
No,
shit.
we're trying to develop what your 21. Where's your range at? Okay.
Sorry.
That was perfect, though, right? He did all of it right. He closed, right? That's what we want, because he knew, I'm not going to let this guy use his tool against me. He reacted properly. He threw a strike, and then he decided to go ahead and change the angle and range and engage. It was perfect. All right? He'll be in the next master trainer course. All right? So we're going to move back 7 feet. All right? This is 7 feet. Again, we're talking. We're reacting. On you guys.
Sorry about that.
Okay?
All right, I got you. What do you think
Hey,
about
where are
the
you from, by
facility?
the way?
What?
Where are you from?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Oh, that's cool, man. Ohio. I like
Yep.
it.
Hey, calm down, please.
We got some slow white guys around here, something.
What do you think about the facility?
No, the facility's beautiful, man. I loved all the training here and stuff. It's cool. The shooting stuff was unreal.
Attention. You be facing this way. You be facing away. Right, because your threat's always not going to come directly from the front. Sometimes something may happen offline to trigger, right, your instinct. You turn around, then you have to identify a target. So what we'll normally do is we'll have 3 people. Sergeant Goose, come here, man. All right, Frank, please don't shoot the guys without the suit. Okay? All right. All right, the guy with the suit is the threat. All right? All right. All right, so the trigger's gonna be when I say go.
Okay.
All right, when I say go, look for the threat. And you're gonna shoot the guy with the suit.
Shoot the guy with the suit.
Yep. Ready?
Yep, I got it.
Go. Okay? So it changes, right? Okay, so like right now that was kind of easy because there was a guy with a suit. But if 3 of us have a suit, now you got to identify who has a weapon, right? Because you want to eliminate the most hostile threat in the room or the first threat that you come in contact with. And people think this isn't combatives, right? Because
this isn't.
No, they think it's not, right? But this is, because this is close quarters, right? Because realistically, you could have threw a punch, right, and then transition, because doing this is natural, right? That knee-jerk reaction. But it's more natural for do what you did, right? Oh shit, close, knee, and then back up, create the space. And that's what we want to get people in the habit of here at Combatives. All right, you guys anybody got any questions? You got any questions? You want to do the drill? Okay. Come on. Perfect.
But I'm gonna get better.
That's true. Can't.
No, I'm ready. Ready.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I can't. I can't get it on.
Ready?
No. Just trying to make
Too
it
loud.
Oh, you almost had it.
Pleasure.
And I'll turn
Come on in, gentlemen.
Okay.
Start by laying out kind of the scenario, and then we'll orient to the simulators and whatnot.
All right, Joe, feel free to take.
This is Operation Blue Dawn. This is essentially the culminating exercise that we in 19 Kilo OSA put our trainees through to pretty much just have them kind of test out on all the things that they've learned throughout their time in training. So this particular scenario, right now we have them staged here on phase line north, which is basically like a boundary line, if you will.
blue is good, red is bad.
Roger. So these two tanks here will move down the western side of the corridor here. These two tanks will move down the eastern side. And basically they'll take out a total of 3 objectives, right? So this first one, they'll secure essentially this radio tower here and destroy some enemy vehicles over there. Then they'll move over to Hammer, where they'll destroy 2 helicopters. If they don't get there in time, then these helicopters can actually take off and do a pass and begin firing on them if they don't get there within the proper time. So from that time frame, once these 2 objectives are secured, they'll continue their movement south, taking out different enemy armored vehicles and whatnot. And then they'll secure they'll take out the headquarters element in the south on objective place. Can we zoom out real quick?
Fun. Oh my God, that was a lot of fun. Just boom, boom.
What'd you do?
We shot some tanks and we shot some enemy troops.
Did you actually shoot them? Because I saw a lot of misses.
Well, I might have missed a couple here and there, but it's still fun. You know, throw a couple blank shots in. You know, just shoot at everything you can, but it's a lot of fun.
How you doing? Sergeant First Class Tulloch. I am one of 2 green suiters that get to have the benefit of working in the National Infantry Museum. So it's a good old time. So I know Frank is inside. We can go inside so we don't have to stand outside.
Okay.
You know, hey, you're talking about extreme altitude. Hey, now you're at 9,000 feet in the mountains of Afghanistan. And oh, by the way, you've got a mortar system you got to carry. You've got all your equipment you have to carry. The average soldier load, you know, can be 110 to 140 pounds, depending on what weapon system they're carrying, how much they're carrying.
You start making business decisions,
Yeah.
right? Like, hey, listen, I'm going without side plates.
Yeah.
I'm going out with
Yeah.
side plates. I'm not going, you know, you're like, well, you know, I don't need that. I don't need that. You're definitely making business decisions the whole time.
So, personal story for me is when I was in Afghanistan, we were in Nuristan, so pretty high area in the mountains too. We were the very last American FOB in Nuristan, and we had an Afghan OP position that we kind of manned with them. We'll kind of see what it looks like here in a little bit in a second. But that was probably about another 2,000 feet on top of a mountain from where we were, and we would do every 5 or 6 days rotate out there, and we wouldn't take anything. It was literally a helmet and my rifle with a flick on, because we would load everything else up in one speed bag and have a helicopter drop it off up there, because if we tried to carry any of that up there, we're just asking to get shot at by Taliban snipers. So yeah, again, decisions, who makes what, right? And then in here we kind of got what a little JSS or a little Afghan, you know, hut would have kind of been like for some of us that were down there. So this would be kind of what some of your views were, you know. So you'd be out there and you'd be seeing you'd have another little OP that'd be a couple hundred meters away from you, and that's it. This is all you have, and you're living in a HESCO barrier, you know. And then,
so what'd you guys think of your day today?
Oh man, that was amazing. How about you, Frank? It was
No,
great.
I had a blast. I was really amazed at how inclusive and just all-encompassing the lifestyle is here for our soldiers to be able to come here and not only get top-notch training. And I mean, some of the stuff we did, tiny scratch the surface, you could expose of the warrior lifestyle. But then even now, just all the other backgrounds that you guys support on so many different facets.
Right.
It's an amazing career for somebody who's younger to actually look into, because the skills and the things you're going to learn are going to make you successful for everything that you do in your life.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie team, you get a sense of team, and then you're defending our country.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So the sense of service, the mentorship that a prospect who's thinking about joining the Army will receive as a product of their service, that type of collective accomplishment, becoming something bigger than yourselves, that sense of teamwork, these are all things that are openly offered, and regardless of what position you have. I'm really happy you guys had an opportunity to witness that firsthand, at least with a small part, and then end it here at the Infantry Museum, because even though you get all that training, then you come through here and you get to see just how well you fit into a legacy that goes all the way back into defending not only America, but the American way of life. Very, very powerful messages here, and we're humbled to have you here and witness this with us. Thank you very much for that.
I think we feel pretty humbled to be
Yeah,
part of this.
very much so. The pleasure is all ours.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Man, my hands are like really small in your guys' hands. But thank you very much, fellas. Thank you for a good time.